Hey, this is Prometheus giving you gameplay. I know it's been a while since I've posted some gameplay, guys, but I want to show you basically some gameplay that I have with the Cleveland Browns playbook. So this is going to be doubleheader, two games they're going to be showing. Cleveland Browns actually have a master scheme that I use on offense, which is a two tight end set, and it allows me to go ahead and have very effective running. So you're going to see that. If you guys want to see a breakdown of the scheme, go ahead and do this. Now, this first guy that I played with didn't have any kind of reads. He would just try to see if the defense would break down by running outside with his quarterback and then just chuck the ball up. So basically on the first couple of plays, I just realized that this guy is not one of the better players. So I was going to be just going with a basic contain defense and hopefully make sure that he didn't make a good read. Right here he throws across the field on a 2nd and 2 situation. Now we send the dogs after him on a blitz. He's using a mesh concept. He actually throws the perfect pass. I thought he was going to go underneath, but he actually chucks it up to the running back off the blitz, and as a result he gets a nice first down on the 12-yard line. Now I go ahead and put outside defenders on the outside to take away his drags, and he throws right underneath one of my guys and actually gets another first down. So first and goal situation, or a 2nd and 1 down on the 3-yard line, and I didn't feel like this guy was going to run too much. Right here I get a crucial sack in this type of situation. He no huddles again, and I go ahead and I think I jump into a cover 2 coverage right here with outside contain. So I wanted to make sure that his guys wouldn't pick up on me, and you can see right here checks it down, makes a really good read. I get him into a 4th and long. He no huddles on a 4th and 3 situation. Now I go ahead and spread my line off to the left. I've got basically a cover 2 contain. I just find the contains work. Cover 2 contains that are natural contains and not something you're hot rod into are just a little bit better at containing. He takes up his quarterback, and I get a shoestring tackle, catch him behind the line of scrimmage of the first down marker, and get him in a situation where I get the ball back. Right here, hit a little out route. This is one of my more favorite plays in this playbook. He misses me with a tackle, get tackled off to the right, and get the ball to the 23-yard line. Now I go into inside zone. He's got basically 6 guys on the line of scrimmage right here. I hit the corner. He missed tackles against me, and I go ahead and take it down up to the 36-yard line with it, just a little inside zone. And here's what I really like about this set is that I can audible into some really heavy running sets, and as a result I can do it like an off-tackle type of run. And it allows me just better running. And right here I actually hit the angle with Dobkins and actually get the ball up to a 2nd and inches situation on the 46. Now I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm getting the ball in the second half, so I want to try to chew down as much clock against this guy as possible. Not give him any opportunities to get back in the game. Not give him 2 minutes so he has all the time in the world. Right here, this particular play is a play where I actually try to hit the slant underneath that streak route, but he had it locked up, and I have a release pass off to the right. Basically, the play was completely locked up, didn't know where to go with it, and hit a little out route right here with my tight end. 31 situation. I'm going to try to chew this clock down as much as possible. Right here, go into the ace formation with an outside run, and you can see I get a nice little hole with a blocking, and I take it down to a 2-minute warning. On a 38-yard line, I just want to try to work this clock down as much as possible. In the back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, if I have to settle for 3 and go into halftime up 3, getting a possession of the ball, that's fine. So right here, another inside zone play. I'm just trying to roll this clock down as much as possible. Back to the inside zone, and I think I actually do basically this play right here. Running back in the flat is wide open. The defender's floated up. As a result, I'm able to go and hit that. Chewing the clock down as much as possible right here. Take off. The play was locked up once again. Nowhere to go with it. And I actually go ahead. I think I got a sack on that type of situation. Should have threw the ball away, but I wanted the clock to come down. Hit him in the seam, because I'm attacking the outsides as much as possible, doing runs, and actually get a touchdown and leave roughly 28 seconds left. Now, in Madden, especially in modes like MUT, 28 seconds with 3 timeouts is an eternity, plenty of time. This guy actually does a bunch of crossing routes for me, hits the sideline, and actually gets a nice completion and gets a 20-yard gainer. Now I go into basically a mesh formation, get a blitz off the edge, and basically get him down with a big sack. 2nd and 23. He's got time for about 3 more plays right here. He motions his guy out in this tight set. I'm expecting he's probably going to try to throw underneath. He's also got basically these crossing routes. He just shucks the ball up. My defender tries to play it. His wide receiver comes down with it, and he gets the ball down in the end zone on a Hail Mary play. He's able to go and get it into field goal range. So now I just jump back into another play right here, and he throws it into my defender. I get a nice little interception right there going into the second half. And I think that's basically about it. I think the guy just basically checked out after that. He realized I was going to milk the clock and go up by 2 possessions, and he was not going to win the game because of the way I was playing. So let's go ahead and jump into the second game. It's going to be a little bit more competitive. This guy, I can't see his roster, but he had pretty good players. Obviously, I think my players off to the right, Humphreys, Alexander, and McCaffrey is basically not even my starting lineup, actually, as my third wide receiver. He's in a double A gap type situation, so I do a nice little inside run, cut it up, and actually get myself a nice little first down. But this is where things get shaky. Sometimes I think in games you just make bad adjustments and you get kind of rushed. And he actually had basically a cover 6. It was basically cover 6 invert where the safety came down and played the seam and right there. So he had the right defense. I had the wrong read. I totally misread that particular play. In that type of situation, I give up an easy, a TD going the other way with a pick 6. So right here, I'm looking for the crosser over the middle, but his defender blocked my guy and got him out of his route, and I got away with another one right there. That could have got really ugly. So I jump into the ace formation right here because I was seeing all of his guys falling back into zone drops, and that's where basically these halfback circles really come in. These halfback wheel routes become really good for you. So I went back to basically a mesh concept, hit this guy off to the left. That was basically not a very good read right there. I could have got myself picked off, but because I was able to click on with the tight end and actually do this. So jump into the ace. I love about this is just it's a quick audible where I can jump into a really heavy set, and right here it catches defensive players out of position, get a nice little broken tackle at the end of the run. Get the ball in to tie it up 7-0. He had a really good return on the previous play. I haven't seen this guy's offense at all because he just got a pick 6 on the first series. Right here, he scrambles out with his quarterback. This guy was a scrambler with his quarterback, and he's able to go ahead and pick up a little dragger. So now I jump into basically a cover 3 shell, back to the little check down with a flat. He picks up another first down right there. Now I think I have a spy out there to try to stop his quarterback. He hits me with a little check down. So his reads were pretty much just really good reads. Run to the off right here. He picks up a nice little chunk of yards right there, 4 yards right there. Back to this cover 3 shell where I've got basically cloud flats to the outside, a bunch of everybody up in the middle just so you can't run. And I've got my guys in contains, and he actually drops it down. Nice little spin move to pick up a few yards. If he would have went lateral, he probably wouldn't have got as much yards right here. Back basically to a heavier set. He comes up with his quarterback and actually just rolls it back up and picks up a first down on that. So that could have been a sack for a lot of yards, and he ends up turning it into a first down. Once again, actually misthrows the ball because my guy hit him there. So basically what he's doing, he's just waiting for my defense to break down. Takes off this quarterback, actually gets sacked right here. No huddles into another play. And I've still got my cloud flats out. I've got basically guys out there, and then basically the spy right here misses defender. I don't have a flat out there. It's a curl flat, and as a result, he's able to go in and pick up a touchdown. So this guy's a scrambler. He is a he knows how to read the field underneath. So I'm going to have to really focus on containing his offense. So right here, I drop it down underneath with the running back. There's nobody over. So you can see all those guys are floating up. So I have to take that. I have to take that in consideration. Now I'm going to go back to the play previously that I almost got picked off. And usually what happens is that over the middle post route generally will get wide open just because of the complement of those routes. So I actually threw that correctly. This is a play that I've labbed a lot. I have very good success with it in the lab, but this guy's edge pressure came off. Tackle me for a sack, give up. Now it's a 2nd and 22 situation. So I'm going to jump back into this particular play out of ace and basically do a deep comeback route off to the right as another check down. But you can see because the way he was playing a lot of cloud flats and zone drops, his guys weren't playing those routes. So I knew that if I wanted to go back to that route, I can hit it. Right here, 39 situation, streak up the middle of the field with the tight end. I haven't showed that to him at all, and actually get a nice little completion and just possession catch it. And I'm just going to try to work this clock down as much as possible. I don't want to give this guy any kind of possessions back because he knows how to work the field. He knows how to hit his players. So I just didn't feel confident that if I give the ball back to him, he's going to get some points, and he's getting the ball in the second half. So I got to make sure that I have the very last possession. So you can see I'm chewing the clock down as much as possible, making sure that this guy doesn't have the ability to get some cheap yards. Once again, roll the clock down. This is a little bit more of a riskier situation, but I'm just going to do a quick run and have one more play, and then I'll settle for 3. So right here, nice little inside run, and as a result, get the ball in, tie it up 14. Second half right here, basically he goes with a play action type of situation, hits the crosser with the flat route, picks up a first down for actually second and inches in that type of situation. Play action boot, misses the boot. Third and inches, I go ahead and make an adjustment. I've got my zone drops, and I go ahead and drop them to about 15 yards depth because he was using a lot of slant plays like this. So he's looking crossers and trying to hit the guys in the sidelines. He's also hitting flats to clear out those crossers. So I had to be very conscious of it. So right here I go ahead and go the same type of adjustment. This is a cover 3 shell. And basically he throws into a defender. So fortunately for him, I don't pick him off. Now he's into a trip set. Off to left, he's got basically verticals. He basically hits the underneath because those routes clear everything out. So this guy's running plays stock and making really good reasoned decisions. He hasn't really been showing me the run at all, so I'm going to spread my guys out because he likes to take off this quarterback. And you can see right here, he goes right past my defender. It picks up almost another first down in that type of situation. Don't knock the ball out. Cover 3 once again, spread my guys out, QB contain. In this type of situation, he actually runs, but I get a nice little block shed with my defensive line, and as a result, he no huddles into a third and three situation. Back in the QB contain, he actually throws it down to the flat. Good read, picks up another first down. So this guy's making a lot of ice cold, really good decisions. Now I go into cover 2 shell right here, and he throws. I get a phenomenal CPU interaction with my outside corner, and because Jackson's got some wheels on him, he's able to tackle him and actually get him in a situation where he is I get the ball back. So here's my opportunity. If I can score, get 7 on this type of situation, I'm going to be controlling possessions, and I'm going to be in a pretty good situation. So back to the inside zone. Now this play is pretty much locked up, so I just get rid of the ball in that. I don't want to hold on to it. Go into cover 2. I want to show him a different variation of this ace formation. Streak up my outside receiver, do a little wheel route. I'm looking to Waller, but his defender actually goes into the pass lane. I wasn't anticipating him to do that, but he actually does this. Now I jump into a play that I haven't ran in a while. I wanted to show him something completely different, but his defender floated back into the area that I was expecting to hit, and he actually gets a stop. So I went from a situation where I was in control of the game to basically just blowing it. This guy takes a shot up top, and he throws right to my middle safety. I get a play ball animation and come down with it. So he takes a shot up top, trying to getting over my coverage. Just after he gets a timely stop to stop me from when he turned over in downs. In that type of situation, I get a huge break by getting the ball right back again. So I'm going to go back to the inside zone. The way he was running that double A gap defense, inside zones are really effective against it. He was pulling out one of his linebackers, but you could see my offensive line was giving me enough blocking where I can actually just keep grinding the ball. And my goal right here is just to grind this ball down as much as possible and just try to take away as much clock from him as possible and not give him any kind of a shot to get back into the game. So right here, I'm doing this mesh concept. Hit the flat with the running back. Defenders float up. I can hit that flat and pick up some pretty easy yards. And then in this type of situation, I think I go ahead and jump into an inside zone right there. Just get right past his defender and actually go ahead and take it down to the 2-minute warning. Right here, I think what I did is I streaked up my outside receiver Walter, and I've got a little a fade stock off there. The passing was wide open. I actually threw the ball away in this type of situation. Once again, I want to try to chew on clock as much as possible. So I'm going to do the same setup on the left side of this ace formation. You can see the area of the field was just wide open for a touchdown. So up. Basically 21-14. I want to put him in a situation that if he does score, he has to decide whether he wants to go for 2 or not. And you basically make a determination if he really wants to gamble for the entire game. He goes in a wide set formation. I man up the inside tight end, but he throws across, a little slant underneath, makes some pretty good moves with his wide receiver Hill to get the ball to the 50-yard line halfway through the field. Back to the same offense right here. He checks it down to the out. Really good reads, really good decisions. He gets the stoppage of the game. Back to basically a little out right here. I've got a bunch of spies out there, but he's still able to pick up some cheesy yards with the running of his quarterback. Now I'm actually trying to spread my guys out a little bit and drop my linemen into hook zones to take away basically the verts over the middle, to try to take that away and try to have my outside defenders actually play spies for him. But he's still breaking out with his quarterback. I was just really struggling with it. Now I jump into another defense where I try to go and spy things up, and you can see right here he's able to go ahead and pick up another first down. So he's running first with his quarterback and making really good decisions. Right here, heavy set. I'm anticipating he's going to try to run the ball. I've got flats out there. He hits a little dragger and catches the ball right in front of my defender and gets the ball into the end zone, leaving me just a handful of seconds, basically 28 seconds against my opponent. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump back into this ace bunch formation, and I have a setup right here like this where I can hit the sideline. I streak up, he goes to the sideline, follows the guy, and I get a perfect animation right here. Catch the ball on the sideline and come down with it. Ball on the 45-yard line. I get another 20-yard line, another 20 yards, and this game's over with. Another play concept they like to use a lot, but I haven't used it against them, is a deep comeback route with a streak off the left. Get in field goal range, and basically this game is pretty much toast. I can start running the clock as much as possible against them, but I just decide to go ahead and just pop them right in the middle of the seam with the tight end and get a touchdown. So able to pick up basically 2 victories with this Cleveland Browns playbook, guys. If you want to find out, you want me to release this scheme to you, this offensive scheme, let me know down in the notes. Once again, thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.